everybody on YouTube? It's your boy, the Memphis XL, back at you with the 100 days of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where every day for 100 days, we're dealing with a different deck every single day. Today, everybody, we're taking a look at a 60-card Shaddoll deck, combining Shaddolls and Lightsworns in order to flood the graveyard, fuse out of the graveyard, lock our opponent out of doing certain things, and overall, we'll just go for Shaddoll combos and things, have ourselves a good fun time. So we've got ourselves a nice deck here, which was donated here by Mr. Deverick Phillips. So big shout out to that guy. Thank you very much for donating a deck for the 100 days. Let's take this one out for a spin. So we're going to go into yugioh Pro, show this deck off, show you how it works. But real quick, we'll go over the deck list, and then we'll get right into the duels. So for our main deck today, we are playing 3 copies of Shaddoll Beast, 2 copies of Wolf the Lightsworn Beast, 1 copy of Shaddoll Dragon, 3 copies of Shaddoll Squamata, 3 copies of Raiden Hand of the Lightsworn, 3 Lila the Lightsworn Sorceress, 3 Shaddoll Wendy, 3 Shaddoll Hedgehog, 3 Shaddoll Falco, 3 Effect Veiler. We have 3 Shaddoll Fusion, 1 Terraforming, a Foolish Burial, a Monster Reborn, 3 Charge of the Light Brigade, 3 El Shaddoll Fusion, 3 Super Poly, 3 Secret Village of the Spellcasters, 1 Curse of the Shadow Prison. We have 3 Paleozoic Dynamiscus, 3 Necrofusion, 3 Needlebug Nest, 2 Shaddoll Cores, and 3 Shaddoll Schism. For our extra deck, we have 1 Minerva, 1 Stardust Dragon, 1 Chaos Ruler, Chaos Magical Dragon, 1 Elder Entity Natis, 3 copies of El Shaddoll Winda, 2 copies of El Shaddoll Al Capone, 1 copy of Starting Venom Fusion Dragon, 3 El Shaddoll Constructs, 1 Shakanaga, and 1 Quintet Magician. As for the side deck, you have things like Metaverse to cheat out your field spells. You have Dogmatic of Punishment in order to blow up cards of your opponents and make more use out of Natis here. You have Shaddoll Incarnation, which can flip your monsters here and there, which can be useful, but, you know, depends on what you want to do there. Abyss Dweller is a nice Exceed if you want to lock out of a graveyard. There's other fusions depending on what you're up against. You know, Wendigo has some protection effects. You got Grista, who can negate summons. And you have I can't pronounce your name. This monster prevents your opponent from special summoning things with spell traps. We also have things like Ariel that can banish things when it's sent to the grave. We got things like Kageta Kage for rank 4 plays. You have other Shaddolls like Nesh Shaddoll Genius. You have another Wolf. You have Hell Shaddoll Hollow. There's options here. And I do want to make quick mention, when I got this deck profile originally, there was a mention of instant fusion. There was no room for the instant fusion, but it won't matter too much. You know, 1 card's not going to make a big difference. So we're going to go now into yugioh Pro. We're going to show this deck off. We're going to show you how it works, and we'll have ourselves a good time. So, enough talking. Let's get right into the dueling. Alright, you got our first opponent. Another day, another card game. First or second with this deck. You kind of want to go first because of the lockdown of sort of things we can do, but going second is just fine too. So we got ourselves an interesting opening hand. I've got a couple sorceresses. I've got my Shaddoll Schism. I've got a core. We have things. We have parts of everything. You see, with a 60-card deck, you never know what you're going to get. Sometimes you're going to get, like, the ultimate god hand. Sometimes you get mismatched. But with this opening hand, I can do stuff. I would have preferred going first, considering we're up against Prank Kids, but it's all good. See, he lost an Effect Veiler. Now he won't have that to stop my Lila. That's the thing. Lila's a nice monster, and it plays into the strategy with this deck very well, because you're trying to mill out a lot of our cards, trying to mill Shaddolls to trigger their effects, mill some of the Lightsworns like Wolf, summon them out from the deck, and go from there. It also works out for our Shaddoll Schism, because this lets me fuse during the main phase using the cards in my graveyard. So that's where all the milling goes into, like, the best use. So my opponent's going to do Prank Kid stuff for a bit. I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead a little bit since we're going second. We've seen Prank Kids a million times. I don't think this guy's going to do anything crazy other than something like Battle Butler. So I'm going to skip ahead and we'll see what we have to deal with. Alrighty, it's our turn, everybody. So my opponent didn't do too much. He summoned out Weather Washer, but it got destroyed. And there's that instant fusion. So my opponent didn't do that much. He did make Verte, though. That's about it. Let's go ahead and summon out Lila, the Lightsworn Sorceress. I'm going to summon out Lila here. Lila can change her position to blow up a spell trap. I could do that now, but we'll get out of Anaconda first. Okay, That works just fine. I was going to destroy that anyway. I was planning to get rid of that card. I didn't trust it as far as I could throw it. This guy's playing Prank Kids, and he's got a lot of set cards. I am glad that he didn't go for, like, you-know-who, though. That was the one thing I really cared about the most. Because, you know, usually when you see Verte, it means they're going to summon out things like Dragoon. I don't care for Dragoon too much. See, the thing is, I don't have a Shaddoll. I was hoping to mill some Shaddolls, but unfortunately Lila's negated, so I don't get to mill anything. But it's okay. I have another one in my hand. An opening hand, you know, we still got stuff. I've got my Paleozoic. I can use this to banish a monster, interrupt my opponent's flow. Not yet. I want to interrupt better flow than just banishing fansies of all things. Speaking of fansies, I wonder, you know, the ban list is coming soon. It's going to be here within a week or two. All willing. You never know with Konami. Sometimes they're weird with when the ban list comes out. But hopefully it will come out soon. I wonder. Thunder Dragon? Put Colossus back. I'm probably never going to have Colossus back. Colossus was cool, but he was way too easy to summon. Alright, so this is going to tribute this card, destroy all monster plug controls. Not yet. Not yet. He does have his boss monster. I do need to worry about that a little bit. Battle Butler's nice. He can tribute himself to nuke my monsters. Okay, that's actually just fine. Go ahead, regek me. I dare you. Okay, so end of the main phase. And I don't have any Shaddoll, so I can't use my Schism, sadly. I do have Shaddoll Core, so I could do a fusion. I just don't want it yet. So we'll go ahead and get rid of his Battle Butler. I don't trust it. I don't think Super Poly is going to help me too much, so I'm going to get rid of that. We'll get rid of that. My opponent's flow is she is interrupted. So let me think about this. Summon, use this as material for an attribute. Okay, we're going to activate Shaddoll Core. Chain Dynamiscus. That way Dynamiscus comes back. I'll have a monster. Shaddoll Core is a trap monster. He be treated as a substitute for any material listed for attribute on a Shaddoll fusion. And unfortunately my opponent surrendered. Understandable because I interrupted his flow. But I was kind of hoping to do more with this hand, because while I had a not perfect opening hand, it was a hand I could work with. So we'll call that a win. Let's go for more. We'll do as many as we can tonight. Hopefully go for 4 duels at least, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, let's go ahead into duel number 2. Try to find an opponent that lasts a little bit longer, and hopefully mill more things, do more Shaddoll things. That's what we're ultimately trying to do here. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's go do it again. And unfortunately, still not getting to pick. My rock, paper, scissors skills are failing me. Alright. Well, this isn't the worst hand in the world. It's got potential. It's got a lot of potential. I got Terraforming. If I was going first, I would definitely go for... What is this, Infernity or something? I'm going to guess this is Infernity because he's, like, setting all these cards right off the bat. Probably Infernity. But yeah, I could get my Curse of the Shadow Prison. Ooh, that is a spicy tech card. If you don't know about the Shaddoll field spell, I would understand. Most people don't remember that they have a field spell, but they do. Yes, this is in fact Infernity. Interesting. Alright. He did not, in fact... Let's see. Send a Fiend. I'm surprised he did not summon Infernity Archfiend off of that. That's usually what you do. Alright, well, let's go ahead for Terraforming. We'll attempt to search field. Let's go ahead and get Curse of the Shadow Prison. You know, let's do something funky. So we're going to activate the Curse of the Shadow Prison. How this works is, if a Shaddoll is sent to the grave by card effect, I get counters. If my opponent will lose attack for the counters, and when I do a fusion summon of a Shaddoll, I can remove 3 counters and use one of my opponent's monsters as fusion material. It's pretty nasty. And see, as you can see, we've milled 3 Shaddolls, which is exactly what we want to do. But where'd my counters go? Alright, because the spell's the last thing to go. Okay, that's fine still. It's still, you know, I'm not going to get to do, you know, I was hoping to mill 3 and get all the stuff, but there you go. Now we got 2 counters. It's a start. So we've milled Hedgehog and Wendy. Pretty nice. Hedgehog's going to get us a card. Wendy's going to get us a monster. Alright, so let's go ahead and special summon. I'd like a draw, but I'd also like to send a Shaddoll. Let's go ahead and get Squamata. We'll get Squamata. We already have a Beast and a Hedgehog in the hand. And we're going to go ahead and add to our hand. We'll get Dragon. I have a good feeling about the Dragon. That'll work just fine. Alrighty, so we're going to have to deal with that Mirage. Because if Mirage lives, it's a bad thing. Infernity Mirage, very nasty monster. He can contribute it to revive 2 of his Infernities in his grave. Luckily, we're not allowing that nonsense. I'm really surprised he didn't negate me or anything, considering this is Infernity. He must have either had a really bad hand or I don't know what. But anyway, end of phase, Raiden will mill 2 more cards. This is the part where my milling doesn't do me much good, because my opponent didn't do nothing, but I milled the wrong cards. Alright, let's go ahead for Shaddoll Schism. We will attempt to fusion summon during the main phase. Infernity Break. Interesting. This guy's playing some old school Infernity techs. Now I think he's taking the piss. Flame Ghost. Okay, I mean, he looks like an you can't deny. This looks like an Infernity monster. Like, this looks like an Infernity monster. Okay, Leviair the Sea Dragon. I mean, this is cool and all, my dude. But the thing is, you still don't have Arcfiend. You don't have Arcfiend. You don't got much. You can keep bringing back your Conjurer. That's cool and all. But it ain't doing you much good. I'm just saying. Alright. Well, certainly interesting. I'm not sure what he's trying to do here. See, normally when I play Infernity, I'm doing like, well, I do as most people will do. I will loop the Arcfiend, try to get a bunch of negates. My opponent, however, is apparently trying something funky. Nothing wrong with doing nothing funky. I'm just saying, I don't know if it works too well. So, let's see. Sent by card effect. I don't have... Let me think. I could. It's not the worst idea. Let's go for Shaddoll Core. I'm going to summon out my Shaddoll Core. Hacha. That way we'll have Shaddoll Core if I happen to need it. And let's see here. I need to, like, get rid of his stuff. So let's flip Squamata. Use Squamata's effect. We'll get rid of the Conjurer because he's reducing my attack. I'd rather him not do that. And this is the part where my opponent does have an Infernity Barrier. There it is. Alright, so now I've got 3 counters on my field spell. That's good. Let's go ahead and let's see. I really need to get rid of this Leviair the most. Okay, let's get rid of the core. My monster is very badly weakened. Alright, we'll get rid of the Mirage. We'll do some damage. We'll end our turn. I'm still wondering what this guy is trying to do. I mean, granted, if I don't get a fusion spell or something, I'm going to be in some big troubles. I kind of need the fusion spell to get rid of these and use their effects and things. That's one of the things with a 60 card deck. Sometimes you draw the perfect things you want. Sometimes you don't. Infernity Paranoia. Summon Infernity. Same level, different name. Wildcat. Alright. Okay, so now he goes for the Synchro monster, I presume. Yeah, because he goes for the Synchro. And then he can bring back the Conjurer. Yeah. That seems pretty solid to me. Seems like something you would do. Seems like I will give this guy credit. He's playing Infernity in a very roundabout sort of measure. Very roundabout sort of Infernity deck, and I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that to a degree. Come on, dude. I already know what you're gonna do. Unless you're gonna do something really funky. Like, make Trishula somehow. Now, there you go. So he's got the Infernity Doom Archfiend. He'll bring back the Conjurer. Is he gonna blow up my field spell? Ah, I wanted the field spell. Dang it. I liked the field spell. I was gonna do the fusion. I almost said synchro. But no, he's got the synchro. Okay. Really, all I need is a spell to get rid of these cards in my hand, and I'm fine. That's all I really need to do. Any of my fusions will really just do me good right now. Because, yeah, he's already used all of Levier's effect. There you go, that's what I'm hoping for. Shaddoll Fusion. So let's go ahead and make Construct, because that can destroy stuff. We'll use, let's see, what do I want to use? See, I'm going to get to send Squamata anyway, so we're not going to send Squamata. That'll add me a monster. So let's go ahead and send... Yeah, we'll send a dragon, and we'll send a light monster. Let's send Wolf. So we'll summon out our Shaddoll Construct. Wolf will summon himself out. Construct's going to send a card. And finally, Dragon will pop his Apocalypse. I'd rather him not get to keep that, if I can so help it. So go ahead and send Squamata just to empty the deck a little bit. Wolf will summon himself. And Squamata will send one more monster or spell trap to the grave. So we're going to send Wendy to the grave. Wendy will go off. And I can set another monster. Let's set... let's see. Blue. Let's set Hedgehog. That way I can try to get my fusion spell. That ought to work. Alrighty, so we'll shuffle our hand. We'll set Falco, just in case. And we will go for broke from there, folks. So this ought to be game right here, more or less. Unless this guy's got something crazy in his deck, we're pretty set. Because Construct destroys anything special summoned automatically. And what has he got? He's got a Levier with no effect. He is playing Infernity, so if this had been, you know, Archfiend, that would have been pretty good. What does this do? Banish this card, target Infernity, add to your hand. Okay. Set, summon. Oh boy, here we go. He did top deck pretty good, so he did get his hand empty. And he's got this stuff going again. Alright, so Construct will get destroyed. That's fine. When Construct gets destroyed, I can get back my Shaddoll Fusion. All the Shaddoll Fusions do this sort of thing. They get you back your spell traps. We should be good. I mean, I don't got much life points left, but I really don't think he can OTK me or anything. Like, okay, so we can make this thing a level bigger or a level smaller. Okay. And he can bring back the Conjurer yet again if I... No, he's still banished. He's banished. Conjurer is not a problem. What are you going to make? Void Ogre Dragon. Alright, I can deal with that. It ain't perfect. Get 2 attacks on monsters. Okay, not a problem. Not a problem. He didn't even attack 2 of my monsters. Alrighty. Now it's our turn. So here's what we're... Ooh, even better. Alright. Flip up Falco. When Falco's flipped, I can revive a monster. I'll bring back Construct. Hacha. Gets flipped face down. It's all good in the hood. Let's go ahead and activate. Who do I want to fuse this time? Let me think. I don't have an Earth monster. I don't. Okay. Activate Shaddoll Fusion. Or L Shaddoll Fusion, I should say. This will let me fuse using the things I control. My opponent does have that one spell, trap, and negate. We'll see if he uses it or not. We'll see. Because even if this is Infernity Barrier, he can't use it. He doesn't have an Infernity monster. This is not an Infernity, by the way. Alrighty, let's make Al Capone. Using Construct and Falco. Hacha. So we'll make Al Capone. This can negate a monster's effect when he gets fusion summoned. And then my opponent will rage quit. Okay. Well, I will give my opponent a good clap on the back. He actually played some pretty nice Infernities here. I mean, he didn't just loop Arcfiend, but despite not looping Arcfiend, he actually did okay. So I'm happy with that. So we got ourselves a nice little duel there. We got a little bit more into the Shaddoll business of this deck. We were able to start milling out our cards, doing the fusions. My opponent was pretty much done. I've got Shaddoll Fusion in my hand. I could have made another construct and just wiped this guy out. We're pretty set. So let's go ahead for duel number 3. I ran out, that was 2 fingers. Duel number 3. And we're going to go do more of this, but more. Alrighty, third opponent. Come on, baby. Oh, I don't get to go first again. This deck likes to go first, man. Not always, but sometimes. Alright, so this opening hand's a little dicey. I mean, the Super Poly's nice. If my opponent's playing a Darks or something. Hey, there's a Dark Monster. That's a Dark Monster. I just need to, like, get a Shaddoll, and then I can make Winda. Alright, Sacred Beastie Boys. Could be tricky. Could be a little tricky, because I have that one trap card. And if we can get out 2 Sacred Beastie Boys, I could be in some trouble. So we'll see. We'll see indeed. I do have my Lila. So nothing else. I got that. I got beard hair. It won't go away. Okay, there we go. Good enough. Good enough. So what is this guy doing? Go away. Go away. Okay, so this guy's got a Chaos Summoning Beast. He's got himself, which one? Probably Haman, I would imagine. No, Raviel to start. Alright. Interesting. Very interesting. I really need a Shaddoll monster right now. I could really use one of them Shaddolls. So this can summon a dude from the deck. Okay, so he probably has the trap card, and that's not good. If he has the trap card, like I said, he can just negate all my monster effects, gain life whenever I summon things. It's a very nasty trap card. It's not a fun time. All I need is a Shaddoll, and I can break this up. I just need a Shaddoll. Any Shaddoll will do. Literally any Shaddoll monster will do. I guess that's technically a Shaddoll monster. So I legally can't complain. Yeah, so any monster effect activated on my board gets the Big Stinky. The Big Stinky Negacion. Alright. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, he needs another Dark, and then I can do a thing. We'll see how it goes. Because I still have Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. I just need him to summon another Dark monster. And a lot of his support is Dark monsters. Therefore, I should be able to, God willing, summon out a big old dude. Alright, he's not even going to do anything. That's perfect. Alright, let's activate Shaddoll Core. This will give me a monster. Because this is a trap right now, so he can't negate this. He will gain life points. Can't do much about that, but I do have a thing. And I'm already dark, so this will work pretty good. Pretty good. Let me think about this. Yeah, we're good. We're good at the moment. Another core. That'll actually work out pretty good. I'm okay with that entirely. So let's go ahead and let me think about this. I need to get rid of this first. I need to get rid of that first, and then I can do... Oh, but then I don't have enough cards to discard for all that. That's the problem. Let me double check Starving Venom's effect. Main card gain attack equal one opponent's special summoned monster. And this thing... Okay. Activate Super Polymerization. We are going to make Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. He'll still gain the life points, but is what it is. So now I can use my Fusion Dragon's effect. Make my monster stupidly large. He's got something. Might just be Amirage, I don't know. Let's go ahead and flip up Lila. He'll get some... Well, actually, does he get life points off a flip? No, he does not. He only gets it from normals and specials. Only from those two things. Alrighty, so I've got my Lila. I've got my Spell Trap removal. I could get rid of this. But I think I'd rather get rid of whatever this is. This could be Mirror Force for all I know. Dark Bribe. Almost just as bad. Alright, let's go ahead into the battle phase. And I could annihilate Amirage's face. But I can't, because I have to attack into the Lord of Striking Thunder. It's all good. So get rid of all that. He's out of all of his Sacred Beasts. And I'll go ahead and set Super Poly for later. End our turn. And maybe we'll mill some Shaddolls and things. Okay, Shaddoll Dragon got milled. Perfect. Let's get rid of this. Okay, my opponent surrenders. Yet again, this deck can be very brutal. It is a very brutal deck when things start working for you. What did I even mill? Okay, well, I have a Shaddoll in the grave. I could make Construct. And then I could send Squamata, and then I could send another monster. I was going to get into the groove right there. So, there's another win. Let's go ahead for another duel. That'll probably be the last duel, but I'd like to try... I gotta summon Winda. She's on the cover. She's on the thumbnail. I gotta summon Winda at least once. Alrighty, fourth and final opponent, and we get to pick to go first. That's what I like to see. Summoning hand, though, not perfect. We'll give it a shot, though. We'll summon out Raiden. Try to mill us some cards. If I can just mill a couple Shaddolls. Wendy? Yes, I will take Wendy. I'll take a Wendy. Let's go ahead and summon out Beastie Boy. That way your Beastie Boy is up in the zone. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Not bad. Not bad at all. This will work. This'll... I just need to mill, like, another... Every time I need to mill a dark, I mill all my spells. This is why I have terrible luck with any sort of mill deck, is like... Every time I try to mill, I mill the things I don't want to mill. It's sad but true. Alright, but I do have stuff. I got my Dynamiscus. I've got a Hedgehog. I don't have a Dark in the grave, as you can see. I got a Wind in the grave. Well, no, I don't need a Wind. I don't need a Dark in the grave. I have a Dark. This will be fine. I just need my opponent to do Monster. I need him to summon a monster or any face-up card he plays. I can use Dynamiscus, put Hedgehog in the grave, use Necrofusion, make Wendy on my opponent's turn, stop him from summoning things. Or conversely, he can give me Lava Golem. That is also perfectly reasonable. And then also... And then also, that's all. That's all. So we'll summon out a Dynamiscus from our graveyard. We'll summon out our Wendy, using our two monsters in the grave. Acha. That'll stop him from just swarming board with whatever he's tried to swarm board with. So this is some sort of not even a banish troll. This is a lockdown deck. Probably playing a Monarch Engine here. Probably got things like Mythic Mine. Okay. We're not gonna immediately get rid of it. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait till the end phase. And then we hit him with the Dynamiscus. See, my opponent was all like, you're not allowed. Hedgehog's gonna be like coming out. I've got core. I hate to end on a duel like this, but I'm pretty sure this guy is just dead. Is he dead? I don't know. We're about to find out. So I'll go ahead and add a monster to the hand. I'll get a tuner, even though I can't currently do anything with it, because I've just got a core. Oh yeah, that's right. Wendy's on the board. I don't get to do anything with that. Alright, whatever. It's fine. It's whatever. It's fine. I'll take 1,000. I don't care. Let's put that in attack mode. Let's see. 5. The only synchros I have are level 8. Thinking. I kind of wish I had Greister right this moment. See, this is where Greister would be useful. Is it against an opponent like this one? Target face a card in the field, negates a effects. Okay, that'll be useful then. You know, I'm not going to overcomplicate things. Let's just attack it. Let's just attack this guy. Let's attack this little boy and his lockdown mystic mind stuff. We'll just stop that. You know, I'm not going to be a hypocrite and say I've never played Mystic Mind. I have played Mystic Mind. I have played decks around Mystic Mind. But that doesn't mean I'm going to give this guy any mercy whatsoever. We're just going to annihilate his face. I'm going to attack him directly. You know what? Let's go out with a bang and go for a OTK a la Shaddoll's. Hacha. And then my opponent surrenders. Alright, well, at least we got to summon out a couple windows. So I'm happy with that. Let's go for the end screen. Alrighty, everybody. 60 card Shaddoll Madness. Went 4 out of 4. We didn't get the best of a... You know, it's the Wild West of EDO Pro. Maybe I should be on the competitive server sometimes, but, you know, casual has a more variety of decks, so I don't know. But anyway, this deck works pretty good. It works pretty good. You know, get that opening hand right. It doesn't need too much. You know, the longer the duel lasts, the better your hand's going to be getting, the better your graveyard will be. And you have yourselves a good time, you know? It's nice and simple, Shaddoll fun, nothing too overly complicated, and I like that about the deck. So, thank y'all very much for watching. If you enjoyed, like button is down there. Hit it now. And also consider subbing if you'd like to. You know, it's all nice if you would like to do that. Help the channel grow. All the good stuff. And next time on the 100 days, day number 10, we're taking a look at Dargon Maids. And we'll be having some good time with that. So, see you guys next time. Your boy Memphis signing out. Till then, take care.